I'm going to be doing my next hardest also, because I know this is going to take me a long time. So I make sure that I'm going to do it in the first thing in the month, so I'm not like limited to a certain amount of time. I mean, I'm limited to a month, but I'm not limited to like 2 weeks, say, for example, like if I do it at the end of the month. So yeah, I'm expecting this to take me long, because this is a difficult level that I'm going to do. And the level I'm going to do is Wasureta. So let's just do a practice run first. I'm expecting like 300 attempts. Oh, what? Drop. I'm gonna have to use speed hack a lot, you know, because I'm not gonna know what's happening.
Yeah, editing here. My dumbass decided to try and learn this by doing a part in half speed and then 0.6 speed and then 0.7 speed, which was really dumb and took me way longer to learn than just normally playing it. But for some reason I thought, yeah, this is just the best way to do it. Don't do what I did here. This is really dumb. Just like, learn the click pattern and try and practice. Yeah, me again here. I can't watch my ass suck so bad at this level. It's just, I know nobody's gonna want to watch this, so I'm just gonna fast forward to the end so you can hear me yap about whatever.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Okay. So that was my first practice run of the level. That was my first impression, because that's the first time I've ever actually played this stuff. I never played it in practice mode like I used to do with other stuff, because the level's just that intimidating. But from here on out, I'm just going to talk about like what I did throughout the days and why it took so long, and just some advice if you are trying to go for this, as to like what to do and what not to do, like what I would do if I could go back. So in the first few days, my main goals were just to like try and learn the level, obviously. And on the first day, what I did was I got 18 to 36. Because I knew that this first drop, like the first part of the drop, was going to be like a big issue that I need to overcome. And if you're going for this, just know you need to get really consistent at the first 30%. The first 30% is like the biggest thing that holds you back from making progress, because I had like 32 to 100, I had like 44, I like 49, I had 57 to 100 multiple times, but I was struggling to make progress because I was really inconsistent at the pre-drop, and I was really inconsistent at the first 18% of the drop, because that's definitely the hardest part. So that was just my main goal for the first day, get the first like bit of the drop part, like go from how Pegasus to Augie, and I managed to almost do it, and I just like had to accept it, because I mean this is really like a hard task. And the other thing I did was 84 to 100, but that's not really like that good, you know. It's only like 11% run because the level ends at 95. So yeah, that's all for the first day, but you know, not bad considering that this is such a big jump. And then in the second day, my goal was to just do 76 to 100, right? And I ended up getting 76 to 95. Eventually I did do it, but like it was really irritating me because I was dying to the ending a lot, and I didn't want that to happen. So here's a clip. Thank you. Thank you. My next goal was to get 66 to 100, so I can like go back so like in steps until eventually I'm like a decent way in the drop where I have like a good run from 30 or so. And day 3 I had nothing because like, come on, this is difficult. And then 4th day I actually did do 66 to 100, which you can see playing in the background right now. And yeah, the next day what I wanted to do was the whole of all these parts. So I could say that I have the drop in 3 runs, right? So initially I did 37 to 51, and then I just fluked the whole ending section, right? The whole straight fly and everything, because that straight fly at 56 is so difficult. Next thing I did was 37 to 60. So now 3 days later, after I did those 2 things, because there was nothing else happened between them. I actually got crazy on day 9, right? So firstly, I knew the whole drop now, like I learned the whole drop. I want to play it in no clip and test it out. So I did a no clip run from 16 to 100 and I actually got 96% accuracy, which I know was like, it's not the proper thing, but it was something to me. I actually did manage to do 16 to 51, which is really good because that was fluke progress. I didn't actually, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to regain my consistency for the first part of the drop. What the fuck? And then the other thing I did was 57 to 100, which is something I've been trying to do for the past 3 days. That's why there was no progress, because I was just trying to get that run down. So now at this point, I basically have the whole drop. Like, I have 57 to 100, right? I have 16 to 51. So I was like, okay, I need to play the pre-drop, because I was still yet to play the pre-drop, like besides my practice run that I did at the beginning. So that doesn't really count, right? So then I was practicing the pre-drop and then I actually managed to get 23%, which was my first drop attempt ever. Okay. And from here on out, the routine would be the same. I would hop on, warm up, I would try and do runs, right? I'd practice 76 to 100, 66 to 100, 57 to 100, and then I would try and do a bit earlier runs, so like 37 to 100 and so on and so forth. And then like towards the end of the session, I would play from the beginning, play from zero and try and get some progress to connect my runs, you know. The ultimate goal was to get the level in 2 runs, right? So on day 12, I had 30%. And then eventually day 16, I got 44. That's all I wanted a new base. Right? But I still didn't have the level in 2 runs because, I mean, I didn't have anything before 57 to 100, right? I didn't want to do 49 to 100 because, in my opinion, 49 to 57 is like really easy besides the straight fly. So my main goal was just to try and get 37 to 100, right? And I got close, right? On day 19, I had 37 to 93. I choked so hard. I got so nervous, bro. Which was really frustrating. And I never actually managed to get a 37 to 100. Still, like, even when I beat it, my best was 37 to 94, which I had 3 times, right? On day 22, I got 37 to 75, and I got a new best round from 17, which was 17 to 60. Then the next day, day 23, I got an even better run from 16, which was 16 to 71. What the hell? And I finally got a new best run, which was 32 to 100. Let's go. Let's go. So this is where I stopped really taking note of like significant runs, and I was mainly focusing on playing from zero, right? So the next progress would only come 6 days later on day 29 when I finally got a new best from zero, which was 67. 6 days, I would do the same thing, hop on, warm up by doing some runs, 66 to 100, 57 to 100, and then maybe practice a bit from 32. And then I was noticing that I was not making really progress because of that first half being a lot harder, or that first third being a lot harder than the rest of the level. So I was mainly practicing for the like last 2 of those 6 days. I was mainly practicing the first drop, and that's when we get to day 35, when I went crazy, right? So I started off by doing 16 to 100. I basically just beat the level. Like, I can't do that from zero, which is the whole drop and 95% of the difficulty, right? Which is really frustrating because I was expecting to have beaten it by now, and then doing that, I'm like, okay, bro, I should have just beaten it, right? Then I say, okay, let me play from zero, right? And then this happens. No, 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 no. Really heartbreaking for me because I was hoping to fluke it from 67 because I had 66 to 100 about 40, 50 times at this point. But clearly I didn't. And this was really sad for me. And I couldn't play for the rest of the night because my hands were shaking too much. I was just so nervous. Not when I was playing, but actually after I died and when I realized that, okay, I died at 95, right? It was just sad. So now at this point, I'm trying to get it done, man. I'm hopping on, warming up. Just trying to play from zero as soon as possible and just grind it out. And day 36, which is the next day, I get 76, which is my second ending death. And that was the base for that day. Like, I got another 63, but that doesn't really mean anything, you know. I think I had 63 5 times by the end of the completion. And then day 37, this is where I really started to feel like shit, right? My hand was sore and I wasn't making much progress. I got 91 on day 37. So now I was just feeling really shit and I thought, okay, you know what, let me just take a day break because I woke up on day 38 and my hand was not feeling right. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna risk anything, take a break, maybe this is what I need, right? And it clearly was because on the next day I was on something. The first attempts I played from zero, 4 attempts in, the 4th attempt of the day from zero, I got 70%. Then like 3 minutes later I get 54. And then okay, so now I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the level, alright? Firstly, I'm going to talk about the gameplay. This level has flawless gameplay. It is the most fun level I've ever played. It's more fun than Prismatic Haze. It's the most fun that I think I'll have in a while, alright? Definitely this is my favorite extreme right now. Even though I didn't get like the luckiest, I don't care. This is so fun. I remember how satisfying it was to get the initial run that I wanted to get. That feeling, just playing through this level when I still remember the first day when I got that 18 to 37, how fun that was, how good I felt getting that run. The only thing that I would say is like such a small nitpicking is like the balancing. Like 18 to 36 is harder than the rest of the level, and that's not even by that much. It's just that I neglected practicing, and then that's why it became a problem for me. Then the decoration for 2.1 level, this looks insane, right? This looks really, really good. Obviously it's not the most perfect thing in the world, but it looks really good. That's why I gave it a 99. Obviously some optimizing could have been done, but overall the whole level fits together really well, especially with the song, right? Look, and I like the song, right? It's just the reason I didn't give it 100 is because it's not something I would listen to on the regular, right? So overall, this is definitely my new favorite level. I love this level so much. It's gonna hold a really special place in my heart. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you actually made it to the end here, just make sure to smash like, you know, smash subscribe, smash your grandma, you know, and I'll see you in the next project. Thank you.